All right, let's talk about AI, because according to some folks, we are not just talking about job losses. Here we are staring down the barrel of something far more chilling, a Mad Max scenario where, as MIT professor David Autor puts it, everyone's skills are basically worthless, and your hard-earned paycheck could get smaller. It's like the rug isn't just being pulled out from under us, it's being vaporized. So how did we get here? Well, for a while now, this idea of AI has been bubbling up, promising efficiency, speed, and frankly, a whole lot of profit. Companies, you see, feel this insatiable pressure to adopt AI. Why? Because everyone in the marketplace is doing the same to lower labor costs. It's a relentless race, a technological arms race, if you will, and it feels like the commoditization of human skills seems inevitable. It's what the owners and producers want, and let's not be naive. Politicians are paid to care about their donors' concerns, not necessarily ours. We've seen it coming, haven't we? The rate at which wealth is concentrating at the top has only been increasing. We're already seeing the ripples, folks. AI is already being used for massive social engineering projects. Some developers rave about predictive autocomplete helping them code faster. But then you hear others, like Arashcuzi, saying it actually slows them down with incorrect assumptions. Companies are, in fact, laying people off due to AI. We've even got examples of businesses firing customer support staff for AI, only to scramble and rehire humans because the chatbots were absolute garbage. It's not just talk, it's happening. Frontier Airlines, for example, charges you $25 to talk to a human that's optimizing business at the expense of the underserved. This isn't just theory anymore. It's our daily lives being reshaped. Now, imagine this. An AI as smart as a researcher at MIT. Not just smart, but tireless. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No coffee breaks, no weekends, no vacations. In just 6 months, one of these bad boys could do roughly 6,000 years of research. Let that sink in. The moment a government entity or some business gets an actual human-capable AI, every other country or company has to follow suit. They either do everything they can to take it offline as soon as possible, or be left behind in the dust so comparatively fast that they won't be able to take it offline ever again. It's a terrifying arms race. A famous robot villain once said of this kind of AI, "It can't be bargained with, it can't be reasoned with, it doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop until you are dead." So why do we let this happen? That's the real question we should be asking. Some argue they own the means of mass mind control, blasting us with propaganda, bots and all that to make us vote against our own plain economic interest. Or, as has been chillingly put, they use their resources to convince a majority of us that we might be them someday, and that defending their right to hoard resources is a smart and moral decision. We fought before, you know. Our ancestors battled for the 5-day work week, minimum wage, and safety. They fought with fists against the Pinkertons, and even with guns against the military. But tragically, they lost the war. They got some concessions, sure, but we're a long way away from getting rid of their masters. It's a powerful just give us just enough that it is not worth our while to endure great suffering and maybe die. It's a grim thought. Maybe we have no power of any kind, and any attempt at mass coordination is likely squashed before it gets big enough to matter by the threat of state violence. Plus, let's be honest, we are too busy living our own lives to make stopping them a full-time job. Now, if AI really replaces all jobs, here's the kicker. The whole premise is flawed and stupid. Why? Because capitalism itself would collapse. If no one is working and earning money, then who is going to buy stuff they see in ads? Demand is people who earn incomes, and if you remove that, the market shrivels. If AI takes over the making shit part, the whole system breaks, including the reason to make shit in the first place. What's the point of anything if there's no one to buy it? Even assets like oil and mines would become worthless if the demand from wage-earning consumers disappears. This isn't the Mad Max of dusty, chrome-plated vehicles and frantic chases for gas, where skills like mechanics and combat are prized. No, the experts say the real Mad Max would be an Elysium scenario where most people are just outside the loop. The world wouldn't be a wasteland in the traditional sense. It would be an oasis as far as the eye can see, owned by the uber-wealthy. We, the useless, would be marginalized, homeless, and wither away treated as trash. It's a world where you might die of thirst while we're engulfed by abundance. And if we resist, what then? The default path is a police state, with robot drones keep the masses in check to prevent an uprising. Some even darkly suggest they might remove 99% of the 99% of the population, trying to hit the power grid. Forget it. Solar parks might be guarded by robot dogs with attached rifles with Magnificent 7. Currently building data centers next to power plants all over the country, possibly running on dedicated nuclear plants. Good luck with that, it has been stated. Morality's only a memory when belly's empty. But still, it's argued in places like America, people remain sedated, waiting for things to get back on track. But wait, is this truly our unavoidable fate? Many voices in the crowd cry out, the distribution of resources is not an inevitable consequence of a technological regime, it's the creation of a political regime. We are not passive observers. We continue to decide to let them time and time again. This isn't some foregone conclusion or a natural disaster. Businesses are just organizations that are run by people. People who make choices. The truth is, AI could usher in a utopia, a world of plenty for all. Imagine a world where no one should starve. No one should be in poverty, because humanity is so incredibly productive. This is where the concept of universal basic income UBI bursts forth like a much-needed ray of sunshine. Think about it. UBI could allow people to live without needing to work. Instead of the daily grind, we could pursue gardening, sports, family, traveling, art, and more. It's a vision where we have the potential to allow people to dream and create, or even do nothing at all, and no one will starve. And for all the naysayers who shout, it'll be too expensive, not so fast. UBI can be funded through tax clawback scheme, massive decrease in public spending for other inefficient existing social welfare programs. Think of the savings in healthcare and policing alone, plus a massive tax increase on the top tax bracket would pay for most of the rest. But the rich will flee, they wail. History shows that's often an empty threat. Most have lives and ties. And countries can heavily tax money leaving the country to disincentivize it. Laziness is another common cry. But you can build in a gradated pay scale. So for every $1 you earn working, you lose 50 cents, meaning if you work, you still earn more. This isn't communism. As I state, jobs are already being removed, and it will only get worse as AI gets better. The choice is stark. Either we let the poor live, or the poor will not let us live. And to those who say it's just fantasy, never happen. Remember, slavery, women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights, minority rights, and every other movement for societal improvement in history all seemed impossible until they became reality. Ultimately, this future is a choice. We have the technological capability for post-scarcity. The Mad Max scenario isn't an inevitable natural disaster. It's a direct consequence of the political and economic choices we make or fail to make. As William Gibson famously put it, the future has already arrived. It's just not evenly distributed. So, the real question isn't if AI will change everything, but what kind of future do we choose to build with it? Do we continue on the path of profit first, or do we finally transition to a human planet first one? The stakes, my friends, couldn't be higher.